On Monday, Amazon quietly unveiled Nova Act, a new AI model from their AGI labs designed to take autonomous actions across the web, along with a developer kit for developers to start experimenting with it. Now, you might not have heard about this because there wasn't a whole lot of consumer-facing fanfare around it. But don't be fooled. It's not just another AI pipe for developers. It's Amazon's opening salvo in the battle to control how we'll all shop in the future. My take is that Amazon is seeing the writing on the wall, that whoever owns the AI agent interface that consumers trust to handle their shopping, as well as other administrative activities, will control retail's future. And Amazon, of course, is determined to win this race. So I'm going to break down why Nova Act matters and what it means for brands and retailers. Good morning and welcome to the Retail Media Breakfast Club. I'm your host, Kiri Masters, and every weekday at 6 a.m. Eastern, I bring you candid and real discussions in the world of retail media and marketplaces in just 10 minutes. So bring your own cup of coffee and we'll get smarter about retail media together. So first of all, what kind of actions are we talking about here? What could Nova Act facilitate? Well, in their launch video, Amazon shares an example of a renter trying to find an apartment to rent on the internet. So they started in a different way to the most comparable AI agent out there, which is OpenAI's Operator. Launched 2 months ago, back at the end of January, Operator will go and perform actions for you on the web. So you can give it a prompt like research, where this band is playing this year. And if they're coming to these cities, I want you to buy tickets. And the parameters are like $100 to $200 per ticket and get the best available ticket in these cities. And it will go and buy the tickets for you, right? So that's what we are calling consumer-facing AI agents. Nova is not consumer-facing yet. They've launched with a developer tool. And I think that this is going to allow Amazon to see what use cases spring up and obviously just stress test the technology before ultimately creating their own consumer-facing AI agent. But the most interesting thing to me right now is how Amazon could use Nova to make Alexa Plus a true customer-facing AI agent who can perform research and do transactional tasks for you. Alexa Plus can already perform some actions for you. She can research tradespeople in your area to get an appliance fixed. That's one use case that they share in a video. But Nova Act, it shows that there is a whole lot more that can be done here. Let's talk about the timing of this announcement. So as I mentioned before, the most comparable technology here would be OpenAI's Operator, which launched just 2 months ago. And that made a lot of waves with its ability to handle lots of everyday tasks, but also including shopping. And in this case, with Nova Act, Amazon has responded with its own agent technology. But because it was launched only to developers rather than consumers, it has gotten a lot less attention. And Amazon can continue cooking quietly on this. Now, you may note the striking irony in this situation. Very soon after OpenAI's Operator was launched, Amazon blocked Operator from accessing Amazon.com. Now, at the same time, they started building their own agent technology. So it's pretty obvious, they don't want to have other AIs crawling Amazon.com, doing price comparisons, building carts, and transacting. They want to, they have a horse in the race. They don't just want to own the horse, they want to own the whole race course. I wrote a little bit about this earlier, that whoever controls this interface between consumers and purchasing products is going to control the future of retail. And Amazon clearly doesn't want to cede this control to OpenAI or anyone else. But you can certainly expect that Amazon will expect its agent to be able to crawl, interpret, and even transact on other retailer websites. In fact, Amazon is already using other retailers and brand-owned websites to augment the information from its Rufus AI assistant. So this is going to potentially create more walled gardens because competing retailers, think about like a bestbuy.com, might also initially resist or block agents, but as consumer adoption reaches critical mass, they'll have little choice but to play by the new rules. So then they'll have a choice to make. Do we allow Amazon's agent to come to us and they're a competitor, and what does that look like if an Amazon agent is accessing our website and making transactions and things like that? How much sense does that make? They're potentially going to partner instead, or facilitate interactions with operator, for example, but not Amazon. So a consumer may have multiple personal agents that are assisting with shopping. One might be an Amazon agent, Alexa Plus, and then you might also be using something like an operator, which accesses a whole bunch of other websites. So let's talk a little bit more about what this means for brands and retailers. The stakes are really high when it comes to retail media as well, which have become crucial profit centers for retailers. If AI agents become a primary shopping interface, traditional sponsored product ads and even display ads on retailer websites might not be seen by human eyes. Instead, we could see a new form of agent optimization emerge where brands compete to be recommended by AI shopping assistants rather than catching a consumer's eye. So this spells a potential step change for retail media as we know it. A couple of bold predictions for retail's future with Nova Act. Number one is full-service concierge commerce. So within 18 to 24 months, I expect Amazon to leverage Nova Act to create a full-service concierge that extends beyond Amazon.com. And the most likely vehicle for this is going to be Alexa Plus. But if you're a regular listener, you'll immediately identify that there will inevitably be ads too. There is going to be some way for advertising to creep in to AI agents in a way where brands can compete to be preferred vendors within this ecosystem. They could be announcing new product launches, new variations of your favorite brands, promotions at different retailers, reminders of things that have been on your wish list for a while are now on sale at this particular retailer, etc. And this leads to the other prediction around consumer decision-making transformations. Over time, and whenever I talk about this, I get a little bit of flack because it may sound like I don't think anyone's ever going to use a retail website again or ever set foot in a store again. That's not true. I just see that human shoppers are going to start using this technology as a way to be more efficient, cut out the administrative load of things in their lives that can be simplified, made better, or made a better experience, or just stop doing at all by using an AI agent. So in this case, brand managers need to understand what factors influence agent recommendations, price, reviews, delivery speed, sustainability metrics, and optimize accordingly. This is something that we've talked a lot about on this show, especially in the mini-series that I did with Lauren Schiavone from Wonder Consulting about AI in retail, and I would suggest going back and listening to that mini-series. So that's about it for my recap of Nova. I saw it come out on Monday without much fanfare, but I really think that this is a continuation on a theme from Amazon showing that the future is agentic, and we all need to be preparing for a future where we're optimizing for AI agents. Well, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Retail Media Breakfast Club. We meet here every day at 6 a.m. Eastern. So be sure to subscribe and get your daily dose of insights, trends, and hot takes in the world of retail media and marketplaces.